here is the little horn of Daniel 8 is matching the king of the north of Daniel chapter 11 perfectly. Notice another reason. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark citizens shall stand up. That's what Daniel 8 says about this little horn power. Notice how it says, in the latter time of their kingdom. Did Antiochus come in the latter time of Greece? How many kings do you think came after him?
23 or something like that.
29. We have about 30 minutes left. Hopefully we can get through a lot more. Oh, can I share something very important though? This one, I think we need to hammer this one down too. Because some people like to say, that really makes sense that this is Antiochus Epiphanes, right? Some people say, and by the way, again, everybody can have a copy of this. Anything you want, it's all yours. So just hit me up. It's yours. But I want to just hammer down why it can't be Antiochus Epiphanes that Daniel chapter 8 is talking about.
Yes.
So this might take a few minutes. Let's just talk about this. We'll probably do a part 3. Yeah. I mean, we have a good amount, so we'll just do a part 3 probably in 2 weeks because we have a special guest coming next week, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to break this video down in weeks apart, so let's just see how far we can get, but we're probably gonna have a part 3 on this. But why it cannot be Antiochus Epiphanes? So let's talk about that. So Daniel chapter 8, and out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great, toward the south and toward the east and toward the pleasant land, right? So we see that there's a little horn that's waxing exceeding great. And it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. So, right, this is that little horn. Let's keep in mind everything that this little horn is doing. Just walk with me. He's casting the host to the ground and the stars and stamping on them. He's magnifying himself to the prince of the host, which is Jesus, right? Who's the prince of the host? Randy. Who's the prince of the host?
Christ.
So from that, if he's magnifying himself to the prince of the host, how could that be Antiochus? Anyway, just questions. And by him the daily sacrifice was taken away. And the place of his sanctuary was cast down.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. The place of his sanctuary was cast down? The prince of the host. The place of the prince of the host? Does Christ have a sanctuary?
I think so.
I think Christ has a sanctuary that he's a high priest of. What do you say?
Come on, preacher. I agree 100%.
So from this verse alone, I think we're pretty much done here. Like, how can this be Antiochus Epiphanes? Jesus was not a high priest at the time of Antiochus Epiphanes. But anyway, we'll just go on. And the host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, and he cast down the truth to the ground, and he practiced and prospered. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face, and he said unto me, Understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. The time of the end shall be this vision? And he said, Behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation, for at that time appointed shall the end be. So this is an end time.
Yeah.
So this is an end time prophecy. Was Antiochus Epiphanes in the end times?
At the 1798, was he there?
I think so. So let's just summarize everything we just read. Verse 9, he waxed exceeding great. He cast down some of the hosts and the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. He magnified himself even to the prince of the hosts. We understand that to be Jesus. By him the daily sacrifice was taken away. The place of his sanctuary was cast down. We understand Jesus' sanctuary would be the heavenly sanctuary. If it's talking about Jesus as the prince of the hosts. I know of no other prince of the hosts. A host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression. It cast down the truth to the ground. It practiced and prospered. And it would be happening until the time of the end and the last indignation. Keep all these points in mind. Check this out. Now let's compare that to Daniel chapter 11. Is there a match? Daniel chapter 11 says, then shall stand up in his state a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom, but within a few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. Who was the raiser of taxes that was raised up? You know of a raiser of taxes that was raised up? The Bible says, and there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Luke chapter 2, verse 1. That was the time of Jesus. Right?
Yep.
And in his estate shall stand up a vile person to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and attain the kingdom by flatteries. Tiberius was the king that came after Augustus Caesar. Right? It says, now in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea, and Herod being the tetrarch of Galilee, and his brother Philip, the tetrarch of Iturea, and through the region of Trachonitis and Lysanias, the tetrarch of Albany. Right? We get the point. Tiberius. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken also the prince of the covenant. So during this time of these kings that raises taxes, the prince of the covenant is broken. Who's the prince of the covenant?
Christ.
Yes, Jesus Christ, right? Because the Bible tells us the covenant of the Messiah, the prince. It says, know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and rebuild Jerusalem unto Messiah the prince shall be 7 weeks, right? Daniel chapter 9. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. He's the one that confirms that covenant. Jesus Christ. So therefore, we understand Daniel chapter 11 in the 20s and those verses, it's talking about a time of Christ. Now notice what happens with the power after that.
Mm-hmm.
Was Antiochus before Jesus or after Jesus?
Before.
So then these people are coming after Jesus. Arm shall stand on his part. Talking about the king of the north. Hey, didn't it say that in Daniel 8? Arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. Didn't it say that in Daniel 8? And shall take away the daily sacrifice. Didn't it also say that in Daniel 8? And shall place the abomination that makes desolate. And some of them with understanding shall fall to try them and to purge and to make them white even to the time of the end. Didn't it say that in Daniel 8?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, Daniel 11 is speaking of the same power as Daniel chapter 8, putting it after the time of Jesus. How can this be Antiochus Epiphanes? And the king shall do according to his will. He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the nation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. These are the exact same words of Daniel chapter 8. Is there a match? Neither shall he regard the God of fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all. This is the king coming after the time of Jesus. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. Right? At the time of the end. So let's look at a summary of Daniel chapter 11 about the king of the north. It says, arm shall stand on his part. They shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, shall take away the daily sacrifice. They shall place the abomination that makes desolate. Okay, that's new. Even till the time of the end, he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, shall prosper till the nation be accomplished. He shall magnify himself above all, and at the time of the end, the king of the south shall push at him. Okay, now let's make a simple comparison. Simple comparison. Are they the same power? Daniel 8 talks about the little horn saying, he magnifies himself even to the prince of the host. Daniel 11 says, he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. He shall mag himself above all. Is that a match, Randy?
Looks like a match to me.
By him the daily sacrifice was taken away. He shall take away the daily sacrifice. Is that a match, Randy?
Yep, keep going.
The place of his sanctuary was cast down. They shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. Is that a match?
It's the third one.
And host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression. Arm shall stand on his part. A host was given him, and the arm shall stand on his part. Is that a match?
Army. Absolutely.
It practiced and prospered in the last indignation. Shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. Is that a match?
Come on. Of course it's a match.
Till the time of the end. Even to the time of the end. Is that a match? So what we're seeing here is the little horn of Daniel 8 is matching the king of the north of Daniel chapter 11 perfectly. And the king of the north is after the time of Jesus. How can we say the one in Daniel 8 is before the time of Jesus? How does that make sense? They are the same.
How could this be Antiochus?
Let's go on further. The abomination of desolation. Jesus spoke about the abomination of desolation. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Jesus was telling us that that king of the north will do an abomination of desolation after him.
Yeah.
How can that be Antiochus? And arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate. That was after Jesus. He magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, the place of the sanctuary was cast down. They're doing the same thing. So therefore, this little horn, Daniel chapter 8, has to be talking about events after Jesus. And this is why we can say with surety that the 2300-day prophecy is dealing with years.
Come on.
2300 years. Because it has to go after Jesus. And host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression. It's the same power. It cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. Then I heard one of the saints speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation to give both the sanctuary and the host be trodden underfoot? So let's go to the conclusion of this all. I'm done here. The power that Daniel 8:11 speaks of as taking away the daily sacrifice is the same power in Daniel 11:31 that sets up the abomination of desolation. It's the same power. Therefore, the cleansing of the sanctuary must be after the death of Jesus, because he spoke about the abomination of desolation that the little horn would do happening after his ascension. Antiochus does not fulfill Jesus' words because he was before Jesus. Notice another reason. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark senses shall stand up. That's what Daniel 8 says about this little horn power. Notice how it says in the latter time of their kingdom. Did Antiochus come in the latter time of Greece?
Don't do this, Jay. This is
Did he?
This is bad.
Did he come at the latter time of Greece?
No.
Well, let's see. Let's look at the Seleucid kings.
Half.
Well, let's see. Let's just see. Maybe I'm wrong. The first king, Seleucus number 1. Okay, all right. So that's the first king. Let's see what King Antiochus is. Because, right, he would have to come at the end of his kingdom, right? He is king number 8. Antiochus Epiphanes. So that's the latter end of the kingdom, right? How many kings do you think came after him?
23 or something like that.
29. It goes up to king number 29.
By 2.
Does that make sense, Randy?
He didn't even get to half.
Huh?
He didn't even get to 14 or 15.
So I was speaking to my guy Rondell a long time ago about this, and he said he was have a conversation with his wife. They're planning on having many, many children, right? And they get up to child number 8. And he says, honey, we're at child number 8. Now we're at the latter end of our child making.
Mercy.
But they're going for 29. Is 8 the latter end of 29?
The math ain't mathing, brother. The math's not mapping. Come on.
Because the Bible says he shall come at the latter end of his kingdom. Is 8 the latter end of 29? If you said to your wife, we're having 29 children, and at number 8, you're like, honey, we're at the latter end.
You wish.
21 more to go.
Mercy.
I'm done. We're done here.
I mean, and I'm sorry, guys, listen. I want you guys to understand something. It's not the fact like, we're trying to make, light or fun of anybody, but guys, some of these theories, when you just read the scriptures, it's really just speaks for themselves. Like, how could we come up with these theories? I mean, in almost every particular, Jason showed that Antiochus didn't even match up. Like, and I hope this really puts the theory to rest, honestly, especially among God's people. Especially among God's people.